Welcome to Sports Talk with Steve Jones, the daily talk show with the voice of Penn State football and men's basketball. You never know what special guest may stop on by any given day. Now here's the man of the hour, Mr. Steve Jones.
14 down, 1 to go.
In terms of practices for the Penn State football team.
Yep.
They're almost there. One more to go, and apparently it's going to be a weather not exciting day on Saturday. Is that fair to say out loud? The weather is not meant to be incredible.
At least 48 hours out.
Yeah, 48 hours out.
So we'll see.
We'll see. Steve Jones, I prepared for today.
Good.
You were excited. The joy is permeating your face right now. With the first overall pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, Steve Jones selects Jason Lord, quarterback, Stanford.
You want to know why? Because the Raiders have a lousy offensive line, and they're going to beat the daylights out. No. Not the answer you expected.
I have a question before we get started.
Sure.
How quickly will it be that Roger Goodell gets booed in Pittsburgh tonight? How fast will the fans get to booing him?
Half step onto the stage.
Half step. I was thinking they're just going to start booing until
as soon
he
as they
comes on.
see him appear.
Booing.
Right.
As soon as someone sees him on the side of the stage, booing.
Right. I mean, I don't know if you saw the This is Sports Center ESPN about the draft.
Yeah.
And Greenberg's booing him.
Yeah.
Right. And it's like the Athletic did a poll of their readers. Who's the best host?
Okay. Who was it?
By a wide margin is Rich Eisen.
I have said this. He is the best host he is incredible. He is great. He's the person who I enjoy listening to and watching.
Reese Davis and Mike Greenberg tied for third.
Who was second?
None of the above.
Whoa. Interesting. Well, I'm glad Rich is number one because he's who I feel is the best. So that makes me happy.
Look, and I think Daniel Jeremiah does a good job.
Oh, he's incredible.
I usually do watch NFL Network for the draft. It's not an anti-anything. It's just what I personally prefer. Right? This kind of fits my viewing style.
I'm intrigued by what that's going to look like, at least not this year, but going forward with the merger of NFL Network and ESPN and all of that. Like, how is that going to work? I know it's been kind of talked about lightly, but that is an intriguing piece for the future.
It is. They're going to have between 300 and 500,000 people. I don't know whether it's total or in one night, whatever.
Yeah.
I talked to Jack Ham this morning, and he says, golly, he says, I got to be a couple of places today. He says, I've got to go all over creation to get, through detours and things like that to get to where I need to go.
Yeah.
And it's the way it is. They cut down 100 trees around Acrisure Stadium. A lot of fans aren't happy about that. Just to do a 3-day event, they cut down all these trees.
A 3-day event that is not really for Pittsburgh.
Right. Because
sense.
Between the bridges, the tunnels, the rivers, it kind of changes the dynamics of entry, exit, space, and so forth. It's aesthetically beautiful.
Yes.
But to do something like this,
in the location it is, which is right outside of Acrisure, which isn't like outside of the city where it's easy enough to kind of like deal with.
And people say, why don't you want to use the stadium? Well, you don't want to use the stadium because the stadium has 65,000 seats, and you want to put chairs in the field. Well, now you're up to, I don't know, let's just pick a number. Maybe you're up to 100,000. You're still going to be 150 to 200,000 short. So that's why they set up a stage and do it outside and so forth. So he will be booed almost right away. Fernando Mendoza will be booed because he's the Raiders pick.
Yes.
And they still hate the Raiders in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, so Steve Jones.
So he'll go first.
So you have Fernando Mendoza, quarterback from Indiana, going first overall. Fun fact, Mendoza will be, if he is first overall pick, the fourth quarterback since 1967 to be Heisman Trophy, national champion, and then number one pick in a row within the span of course, that season to draft. Sure. The other three, Jameis Winston, Cam Newton, and Joe Burrow. Number two, the New York Football Jets, Steve Jones. How are they going to mess the draft up already? Give me, who do you think is going to go second? Of course,
Arvell Reese.
Arvell Reese.
State.
Okay. So then we get to third overall, of course, number 2.
They'll trade.
It's Bailey or it's Reese. So the Cardinals are going to trade. Okay. Who do you think the Cardinals are going to trade to?
I don't know, but they want Ty Simpson, and they'll take a pick later in the first round, and they will then make a choice between what player they want, because they have the third pick in the second round, and are they secure enough that Simpson gets through to? They have the second pick in the second round.
Yeah.
Are they secure enough he gets to 34? It's the Arizona Cardinals. They lead the league in insecurity besides the Jets. I think they'll make a trade here.
Okay. So who do you think is going to trade up, I guess, would be the question I ask you, because that'll determine who gets picked here.
It'll be the Rams, and they'll take Ty Simpson. No, I'm just kidding.
the teams that everyone's discussing moving up, there are 3 of them. There is a pick number 8, the New Orleans Saints, pick number 9, the Kansas City Chiefs, and pick 12, the Dallas Cowboys are the 3 that are being discussed.
If the Saints do it, they're going to get Jeremiah Love.
Okay. Interesting. So if the Saints move up, they get Jeremiah Love. The Chiefs move up, I think Bailey,
because they already signed. Signed the Super Bowl MVP Walker.
And then if the Cowboys move up,
Jeremiah Love.
Ooh, interesting.
They need a running back.
They do. They also need a lot of defensive help across the board. The Cowboys.
They may need defensive help across the board, but
Love's a game breaker.
You know what they think about offense. Why do you think they signed Dak Prescott? Why do you think they signed CeeDee Lamb? Why do you think they acquired George Pickens? These guys are always thinking offense in the Cowboys all the time. Yeah. If they move up into that spot, it would be Jeremiah Love.
So who do you think give me the team. Give me the team you believe will be moving up, going number 3rd overall.
Let's see. I would say the Cowboys have the ability to fleece.
The Cowboys do have 12 and 20. They're sitting there with a couple first rounders.
And so you sit there, and if you're the Cardinals, you give them picks 3 and 34 for those 2 picks, plus a first rounder next year.
Okay. So you move back essentially to 12, 20.
Because I can still get Ty Simpson at 12 or 20.
Okay. First next year.
And get a 3 and a 34, and then if it's the Cowboys, a 12 and a 20.
Okay, so the Cowboys move up to 3rd overall.
They have the collateral to do this.
They do. So the Dallas Cowboys move up to 3rd overall.
I'm being bold, daring. It's like, hey, it's not my money, it's not my picks, and I don't care.
Yeah. And they take Jeremiah Love as who you have the Dallas Cowboys taking 3rd overall.
I think that you have to think the way they think. And sometimes that's not easy to do.
You're not wrong. So the Dallas Cowboys are up to take Jeremiah Love 3rd overall. 4th overall, the Tennessee Titans, who are hoping to partner Cam Ward and Jeremiah Love together, now are on the clock at 4 with needs at running back, of course, across the offensive line, edge, and linebacker. Steve Jones, who do they take?
They take the kid from Texas.
Texas, David Bailey.
David Bailey
from off the edge to Tennessee. Coming in number 5.
I'd like to point out to everybody, I will get almost all of these wrong.
Yeah. We tend to get a lot of wrong. Picks wrong anyway, because someone does something crazy somewhere, and we don't see it happening. Steve Jones, 5th overall, the New York footballing Giants.
If Jeremiah Love is not available, if he's available, they'll pick him there.
He's not getting past 5.
If he is not available, Caleb Downs.
Caleb Downs going 5th overall to the New York Giants. 6, the Cleveland Browns, another team who has been rumored to be looking at moving out, especially for a team that wants to jump up to get one of the guys they really want early in the round, because they have a lot of needs and a lot of issues. But they're sitting here at 6. They have needs at, of course, wide receiver, guard, and tackle. A lot of thoughts, maybe Spencer Fano, maybe Francis Maui-Noah. You've got the receivers of Tate and Tyson and Lemon. Steve Jones, what do the Cleveland Browns do at 6th overall?
I'll go with the lineman, the tackle.
Spencer Fano.
Yeah.
Spencer Fano, Utah, to 6th overall to the Cleveland Browns. Then the Commanders, also a team that would love Jeremiah Love, but he's not there.
Oh, believe me, I've had 2 long conversations with the Commanders running backs coach.
Interesting. Yeah.
His son is the defensive coordinator here.
I know.
Okay, it's been easy to talk to him.
What? That's crazy. So, Commanders sitting there at 7. What do they do?
What do they need? Running back what?
Running back, receiver, defensive line, safety. They got needs. And linebacker, they need a lot. The best players on the board right now, per PFF, you've got Sonny Styles, Ruben Bain, Francis Maui-Noa.
They'll take Sonny Styles.
Sonny Styles, 7th overall. Then we get to the New Orleans Saints, my team, 8th overall. And I will tell you, I have sat here for the last week, and I do not know who the Saints pick. I don't. Because unless they trade up to get Reese or Bailey at 3rd, I don't think they're going to get Love because they have ETN, they have Kamara. I think Love would be the best option. I don't think they do it for Love. So I'm like, who do they take? They need...
How about for like? No, I'm just kidding.
They are in need, the Saints, of help at linebacker and on defense in general and at receiver. Those are the 3 places they need.
Carnell Tate.
He's who I've kind of resorted to, either as him or if they can somehow get Reese or Bailey, one of those 2.
You are not resorting to Carnell Tate.
I know, but that's kind of where I'm at.
I like Carnell Tate.
He is
a lot.
He's again the next of those Ohio State receivers where it's just under Brian Hartline, they have come in, done well, gone to the draft, done well in the pros.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Steve, the Chiefs sitting there at 9, the team that looks to move up, but is not in our draft. They have need at receiver, edge, and defensive back. The players that you'd be looking at here would be Ruben Bain Jr., Mansour Delane. Those are the 2 big guys that are here. Of course, the receivers of the Tysons and Lemons are still on the board. Where do the Chiefs go?
Makai Lemon.
USC. Then, the New York Giants, who have already drafted Caleb Downs at safety, still have needs at receiver, guard, and linebacker here in the draft. Steve Jones, to join Caleb Downs and join John Harbaugh's new-look New York Football Giants, where do they go? Do they help out Jackson Dart with someone like a Tyson, or do they go...
Well, I know they like Tyson, the Arizona State kid. You don't pick him 5th if Downs is there. So you pick him at 10. No offense. I'm not enamored with the player. I would not be enamored with the pick as a Giants fan.
But you need receiver help. He's the guy. So Jordan Tyson.
I mean, this is not on the same wavelength as Kadarius Toney when you could have had Micah Parsons.
Yeah. You know.
I'm sorry. That's like and look, Philadelphia and Dallas, they outflanked the Giants. They only outflanked the Giants because the Giants were stupid about it.
Yeah.
Right? They wanted Devontae Smith. We're going to get a receiver. Excuse me, take the best player. I'm sitting there going, this is great. They're going to get Micah Parsons. This is awesome. Then they picked this guy. I'm like, oh, what are we doing here?
Oy vey.
What are we doing? It's bad when the fans know more than the guy drafting.
Yeah.
I mean, he's no longer drafting there, by the way.
Steve, we have now had a 3 straight run on receivers, and the 4th team needs receivers, the Dolphins, and there are none of the 3 big guys available. So at number 11, the Dolphins need receiver help. Of course, they traded Jalen Waddle away. They need help at guard and defensive back. The big players available for them would be Mansour Delane. You've got Francis Maui-Noa, Vega Ioane. They've got options. Omar Cooper Jr. in terms of receiver help, and Denzel Boston.
Well, if they definitely want receiver help, to me, I'd rather have Boston than Cooper.
Okay.
But I think they'll take Cooper.
You think they're going to take Cooper at 11? Okay.
Yep. It's on a roll.
4 straight receivers. We are rolling. And pick number 12, the Arizona Cardinals, who have traded on back with the Dallas Cowboys, who traded up to 3.
Who's the best edge rusher left?
The best edge rusher is Ruben Bain Jr.
They'll take him.
Ruben Bain Jr. going to the Arizona Cardinals. Number 13, the LA Rams, the most interesting team here because they don't do their drafting a lot. They say blank them picks all the time, but they have a pick. There's a rumor they want to trade back in the bottom of the first round to get Ty Simpson. I don't think they take him at 13. They need help at receiver, at tackle, and at linebacker. Francis Maui-Noa.
Well, their mere presence there, if they make this deal with Dallas and they pick 12, their mere presence there could force them to take Ty Simpson there. I'm talking about Arizona.
Yeah. It's true.
Arizona's
got 20 as well.
You got to give Arizona credit. I mean, they're a bad football team that is really poorly managed.
Yes. So sitting there at 13, the Rams. Do they go tackle with Francis Maui-Noa? Do they go with just the purely...
They'll go Maui Noah.
Francis Maui Noah.
Right. Ravens will take Venga Ioane.
Ravens take Venga Ioane, the one everyone's been talking about, 14th overall. 15, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'll throw this out there.
Tom Brady.
They wish. They need help at the positions per PFF. Tight end, guard, edge, and linebacker. For me, there's one player here who it feels like they're going to take because they're going to want more players in skill position slots, and that's Kenyon Sadiq at tight end.
Sadiq would be a great pick for them.
Okay.
He'd be a great pick for them.
Steve Jones, question number 2 of the round. How did the Jets screw it up this time?
I'm trying to
They need help at receiver, quarterback, edge, and corner.
I would say that the Jets will take Sean Borowski is a running back who's already graduated from Penn State years ago, and they'll pick him.
They'll go, okay.
It's also his birthday today.
Yes. The Jets, in terms of cornerback need, Mansour Delane is the best player available off the edge.
They may go with Delane because of the Sauce Gardner thing. And the Jets last year had exactly, that's right, 0 interceptions.
So Mansour Delane.
How do you have, Dick Night Train Lane 1 year had 14 interceptions as a single player, right?
Yeah.
In a 12-game season.
Yeah.
In a 17-game season where they're throwing the ball all over the lot, they had none. That's almost impossible.
I know. Steve Jones, 17th overall, the Detroit Lions, sitting here with needs at tackle and defensive line.
Whomever the best tackle is, they're taking.
Monroe Freeling out of Georgia.
That's fine. Take him. Because Decker's no longer with them.
No. So 18th overall, the Minnesota Vikings need help on the offensive line at center. They need help on the interior, at safety, and at running back. The player who's been linked to them the most, player who you got to see up close a few times, Dylan Thieneman.
Yeah, and Thieneman would be a great pick for them. Harrison Smith has had an excellent career, but you can tell the last couple of years that he is, on the twilight of that career.
Yeah.
So.
Pick 19, the Carolina Panthers need help across the skill positions at receiver and tight end. Also need help at center and on the interior of their defense. The best players available in the receiver position would be Denzel Boston or KC Concepcion. You've also got.
I really like Concepcion. I really do.
Okay.
I like Concepcion a lot because he can return punts. He can take the top off. I'm not going to sit there and pretend I know the Vikings' thought process on receivers because you already have Jordan Addison. You already have Jefferson.
Yeah.
So
KC Concepcion, 19th overall. Pick 20. Again, the Arizona Cardinals back on the clock.
This will be the Ty Simpson pick.
This will be Ty Simpson.
He's not a first-round pick, but he'll still get picked in the first round.
He will get picked 20th overall by the Arizona Cardinals. Pick 21, Steve Jones. The Pittsburgh Steelers.
Denzel Boston.
Washington. So they're going receiver again. So you've got DK Metcalf, Michael Pittman Jr., and now Denzel Boston as a receiver room.
Yep.
Okay. Pick 22, the Chargers. They would have loved Vega Ioane to fall to them. That's not happening.
Right.
Their need of help at receiver, at guard, at safety. One of the names being linked to them would be one of those tackles. You can move inside. Yeah. You've got Emmanuel Pregnon, the guard.
Pregnon's a good player. Although a guy hasn't been taking it, it's Proctor.
Caden Proctor is not gone yet. He's amongst the tack group that is kind of sitting there.
It's going to depend on what they think the health of the two tackles that they lost last season happens to be.
Alt and Slater,
right?
Where they are.
Now, Proctor can also go inside. So I'll say, let's see here.
You've also got defensive interior, guys like a Caden McDonald, a Caleb Banks, Peter Woods.
Yeah.
A lot of options.
I will go with McDonald, and I think the Eagles are next, and they will take Proctor.
Eagles are next, and they're going to take Caden Proctor, coming on out of Alabama, 23rd overall. 24, the Cleveland Browns.
And what will happen is all the Eagles fans will be like, Howie's a genius. He's a genius. And then the first sack he gives up, Howie's got to go.
Yeah. And they're also doing so, by the way, just of note, because everyone's been discussing they're going to take an offensive lineman. That, of course, they no longer have their offensive line coach from this past year or past decades, Jeff Stoutland. So that is a piece to just remember.
I don't get it.
I don't either.
Now, I'm not going to pretend I'm in all the meetings. I'm not going to pretend what the conversations happen to be from 30,000 feet, the outside looking in. That made no sense. Like, if you are the new offensive coordinator, he's the first guy. He says, "Hey, we're going to work together on this thing.
Yeah.
What do you got?" I mean, you're sort of an offensive line savant.
Yeah. Steve, the Cleveland Browns are back on the clock. This is a pick they acquired in the Travis Hunter trade from last season, trading on out from that 2 slot. They are in need at quarterback, receiver, guard, and tackle. The best available would be...
They need a quarterback?
The Browns? Well, they don't know who their quarterback is.
Shedeur Sanders. They have the
greatest quarterback ever.
Okay, they've got the Bronny James of the NFL. Where people, he stepped on the court. He stepped on the field. Like, hey, let them develop on their own pace. Stop making a big deal about, like, a 3-yard out. Yeah. Did you see that 3-yard out? Did you see that? Like, what? There's somebody out there you don't want to make mad? Right?
Yeah.
Hey, you don't want to make them mad? 2 words. Who cares?
Players they need, of course, wide receiver, guard, tackle. The tackles that are here would be Blake Miller or Max Iannaccio or Caleb Lomu from Utah. Those would be the 3 guys you'd be looking at there.
Lomu from Utah. So 2 Utah offensive linemen being drafted in the first round. Then the Chicago Bears need help on the offensive line at center. They need help on the defensive line and at safety. Yeah.
Some of the safeties available would include Emmanuel McNeil-Warren. He's kind of the big one. You got AJ Halsey as well from LSU. Off the defensive line, of course, you have edges like Akeem Mesidor, Keldrick Falk, Cassius Howell. You've got Peter Woods, Caleb Banks on the interior, TJ Parker.
They already drafted Graham in the first round a couple of years ago for the interior. So let's go to the LSU kid in the back end.
AJ Halsey.
Yep.
Okay, AJ Halsey, Steve Jones has coming on up. Then the Buffalo Bills need help on the offensive line, the interior of their defense, linebacker, and safety. Those are the positions of need for them. Of course, Bills in a new year. Joe Brady coming on in, taking over for Sean McDermott. Where do you think they're going to go positionally, I guess? And kind of go from there for you.
Depends on how much they want to help Josh Allen.
That is the question. Do they want to go receiver? If you're going receiver, the best available would be someone like Chris Bell from out of Louisville or Jeremy Bernard out of Alabama.
No, they're later round picks.
They'll
fill that a little bit later.
At safety, you have McNeil-Warren still on the board. You've got Emmanuel Pregnan at guard. You've got Max Iannaccio and Blake Miller at tackle.
I'd say
linebacker would be C.J. Allen and Jacob
but I think
Rodriguez.
Pregnan would be the guy from Oregon that would get picked there.
Pregnan going 26th. Then Jason Lord's San Francisco 49ers. They need help across the offensive line, off the edge, and at safety. So you've got Mesidor, McNeil-Warren, Keldrick Falk. You've got Howell and Parker off the edge. You've got Iannaccio and Miller at tackle. Those are the guys of note here.
If I'm counting on Nick Bosa coming back, I'll go Peter Woods.
Peter Woods. Okay. Peter Woods coming on into the Niners. The Texans, 28. They need help at running back, center, guard, and in the interior of their defensive line.
They need help at center guard, and they traded Juice Scruggs.
That they did. Okay. That they did, Steve Jones.
Good. That's great. Now we need help at center and guard. Yeah, we traded the guy away. Oh, we did?
The players available would be someone like a Caleb Banks, a Lee Hunter, or Christian Miller are the big interior defensive players. Caleb Banks. Okay, the Florida kid. 29, the Kansas City Chiefs sitting there. Earlier in this draft, at 9, they took Mekhi Lemon.
Yeah, this is the pick they picked up from the Rams for McDuffie.
It is. They need, of course, help off the edge and at defensive back. At the edge, you've got Akeem Mesidor. At defensive back, you have Jermod McCoy and Avion Terrell. McCoy has fallen due to his knee issues.
I would do Mesidor.
Akeem Mesidor falls 29 to the Chiefs.
Although, I'll tell you, that'd be between he and T.J. Parker. Right, of Clemson. I will say T.J. Parker.
Okay. So you're going to say T.J. Parker 29.
Yep.
So T.J. Parker goes 29th overall. 30th, the Dolphins back on the board. They, of course, already picked earlier in the draft, taking Omar Cooper Jr. at 11. Steve, they're back on the board. Need help at guard and at defensive back. You've got McCoy, you've got Terrell, and Colton Hood and Brandon Cease are the cornerbacks there. They also just need help at receiver. They got already with Cooper.
Here you go. I mean, this is where now Mesidor goes there.
Hakeem Mesidor.
Okay, best player available.
Best player available. That was the pick they got for Jalen Waddle. Then the New England Patriots.
Yeah, they already got the receiver.
You got Cooper. So you have Cooper and Mesidor coming on down, or Mesidor staying at least in Miami. Pick 31, the Patriots need help at tackle, defensive line, and linebacker. The best tackle available would be Blake Miller from Clemson or Max Iannaccio.
We'll keep the Clemson run going. We'll go Blake Miller, and they also need to hire extra PR people.
They do. The Seattle Seahawks to wrap up.
I have not one time commented on that.
We have not, and will not discuss it
I
today.
am not going to either. It was just a nice little side joke.
It was. Steve Jones, pick 32, the Seattle Seahawks, defending Super Bowl champions.
It'll be a running back, and I think the running back they'll go for will be Price from Notre Dame.
Jadarian Price, so 2 Notre Dame running backs going in the first round.
Yep.
So, to rattle on through before we wrap up here, your NFL draft, Steve Jones, your first round, the perfect predicted draft for tonight.
Excuse me.
Steve Jones.
I guessed the entire time. Golly, I feel like I'm an NFL general manager guessing.
Yeah. We have first overall of the Raiders, Fernando Mendoza. Second overall of the Jets, Arvell Reese. You have the Cowboys trading 12, 20, and a first next year to the Cardinals for 2-34.
If that were to happen, you'd fall off your chair.
I would. Jeremiah Love being taken by the Cowboys, third overall. Fourth is David Bailey to the Tennessee Titans. Caleb Downs, fifth to the Giants. Spencer Fano to the Browns at 6. Sonny Styles to the Commanders. Saints take Tate. Chiefs take Lemon. Giants take Tyson.
The question is, did I make you happy with the Tate pick?
I am. It's not a pick that made me mad. I'll put it that way.
Okay.
It's not a pick that make me mad.
Because you're for all the glory guys.
I am.
I mean, the guys that that got to grind it out and actually win the games for you. You're not into that.
No. Cooper 11 to the Dolphins. Bain 12 to the Cardinals for the traded pick.
That's a running joke Jack Ham and I have all the time when we're over watching the offenses. You want to go over and see where the games are won? I said, sure, let's do that.
You've got Francis Maui Noah, 13 to the Rams. Vega Ioane, 14 to the Ravens. Kenyon Sadiq, 15 to the Bucks. Delane, 16 to the Jets. Then Freeling to the Lions. Thieneman to the Vikings. Concepcion to the Panthers. Ty Simpson to the Cardinals at 20. Boston to the Steelers. Caden McDonald to the Chargers.
What are the odds I remember any of this?
None of it. But I will save this photo. So I remember
I'm sure
this,
you will.
Jones. Don't you worry.
When we come in tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. I got to give you credit. I've never seen anybody go 0 for 32.
You're going to have hopefully at least one pick right somewhere in here. Proctor, 23 to the Eagles. Lomu to the Browns, Halsey to the Bears, Pregnon to the Bills, Woods to the Niners, Banks to the Texans, Parker to the Chiefs, Mesidor to the Dolphins, Miller to the Patriots, and Price to the Seahawks to wrap up your mock draft. And Steve Jones, some breaking news here you never saw coming. AJ DeBonsa is declaring for the NBA draft.
Shocked.
You are shocked. You are stunned. You've been bamboozled and hoodwinked.
You know what? Let me say this about DeBonsa. Never missed a game. Played mega minutes for BYU, led the nation in scoring at 24-9, is not one of those guys that takes 30 shots to get 24 points. There's a lot of things about him I like, and the team that drafts him. You don't get thrown over the top in an NBA draft. Like, the odd thing is it's 5 players on the floor. So you would think a player throws you way over the top. Well, look, Victor Wembanyama is now in his 3rd year. They're finally a factor because they still had to put other parts in around him, right? Castle, Harper, made the trade to get Fox from Sacramento. I mean, you still have to build around that piece, but just acquiring that piece in the draft. So wherever he goes in that first 5 picks, he'll be a piece that will help them. And then when they got a couple of other pieces around him, then they'll be really good.
Thank you for listening to Sports Talk with Steve Jones, a 7 Mountain Media production. Come back at 11 every weekday for analysis of the latest happening in the sports landscape. From college football to European soccer, Steve and Kyle cover it all on Sports Talk with Steve Jones.